Hey churches, did you know that just because you create a page and tell your website that it should be indexed, they are not always indexed by Google? Here is a way that you can check that out and what that means. So when you submit a sitemap to Google and tell it which pages are important to you and how they're connected, um, those are called your submitted pages. You can take a look and find out if your pages have actually been indexed. Sometimes you think they are, and oftentimes we find a lot of sermon pages and blogs or event pages that are not indexed. So here's how you can check your own out. Google Search Console is a free tool. If you don't already have it, we highly recommend getting it because it gives you a lot of insights about your site health and your organic or natural traffic from searches. What you can do is go here on pages and look at your all submitted pages. Now, if you don't have any, you probably don't have a sitemap yet, and that's something to look into with your web team. When you look at your submitted pages, you'll often find a certain number indexed and some are not indexed. If you find that this number is almost half, or you have more non-indexed pages than indexes, this can be a flag to Google that this isn't a very trustworthy site. So here are some reasons that your pages might not get indexed. If you have sermon pages and they're only a video, there's no writing or context on them, that is one reason that they might not get indexed, because currently search engines don't crawl video, so they don't know what your video is about. It's kind of like a blank page. So there are some things you can do with your videos on the back end, but it does take a little bit more work. Another reason could be that you have duplicate content, or maybe some of your events have already passed and they really need to be cleared and cleaned off the website. Sometimes it's because you're using a third-party app, such as Subsplash, and maybe you have a main thing that shows up that says latest message, and that's about it. And then the rest of that page is populated by a third-party app. Google will really crawl your main part of that page, but not necessarily the new information on the third-party app. So it's recommended that you have a little bit more text on your site itself, or on that intro to help with that. So there's a couple of reasons that you may not be indexing, but you can get into your site and always take a look and dig into it. And you might be surprised what you find and realize that needs things that need to be cleaned up. But this is a good example of a good ratio. This is just fine. But if you had 92 non-index pages alongside your index pages and you had a lot of this gray, it's definitely something to check out and take a look. I'll just give you an example that you can come down here and take a look at what isn't indexed and why. So discovered means they know the page is there, but they decided not to index it anyway. Or it's even been crawled and not indexed. So here's a couple examples. A lot of times you'll find that with a category page where they're just, you can copy this here, or you can open it up. Now these are all of our blogs with a certain kind of tag. Not a huge deal there, but you may find your actual blogs there and go, man, I wish those were indexed. All you need to do is you can copy this. You can put it in here, paste it, and then it'll give you some info, and then you can request indexing. It takes a few seconds and you can request indexing if you're finding a lot of those pages that should be showing up in search results, but they're not. That's one thing that you can do, and then cleaning out the stuff that you know you don't need. All right, I hope that helps. If you have questions, reach out for a strategy call. Thank you.